Do men feel burdened by being the sole financial provider? No, they don't. They consider it their job. They consider it their responsibility. They consider it their duty. They consider that they were built for that. They feel immense gratification when they are able to fulfill that. And by the way, men feel very small when they are unable to do that, which is why when men wind up in a situation sometimes where they're in a situation where the woman is making more money and paying more of the bills and stuff, the reason guys feel uncomfortable in that structure is because they feel like they're not doing enough. Like, I'm supposed to be able to carry this load. I want to be able to carry this load.
That's right. Men consider it their responsibility to provide for their families. And no, they don't feel burdened to earn a living for the family. It's the only thing that keeps them going, and it's the only thing that gives them a grand purpose for life. Why do women always think our emotional frequencies and expressions have to be unilateral with theirs? We don't generally express the same emotion the same way. Why is this so hard to understand?
Modern men have no courage.
Oh? Do tell.
It's just something men used to pride themselves in. It was lumped into chivalry, part of being a man.
Anyone willing to bet this is about modern dating?
Now you don't even have the courage to go talk to a girl?
Ooh, it's fun to be right.
None of you are approaching women.
Why should they? There's countless videos out there of women telling men to leave them alone, and men are actually listening. And now some seem upset about that.
None of you seem confident.
How could they possibly be confident? What is considered to be the bare minimum and the requirements that some women have for dating keep shifting on a daily basis, from the unreasonable to the outlandish.
And coming from a girl, I swear to you, all it takes is a little bit of courage to stand out. Yes, the gym is going to help. Yes, fashion is going to help. Yes, you need to be a good man. But none of that is going to matter if you're not willing to put yourself out there.
The biggest thing that one isn't taking into account here is that a lot of men are just tired of all the games. They would actually just prefer the peace of being single.
Are you going to fail on many approaches? Absolutely. But who cares? I know it hurts, but what else are you going to do?
They're going to sit happily at home, not having to worry about if they're tall enough, if they make enough money, or most importantly, who's cheating on them.
So much more control over your own destiny here. I'm too short, I'm too poor, modern women aren't worth it, feminism ruined everything, are just a bunch of lame-ass, cop-out excuses.
But are they? All this is really telling me is that ultimately, a lot of women really don't understand most men, and it shows.
If women want control, get a pet. Put them on a leash, talk to them, and neuter them if you want, but to have a conversation on how to control a person, the same way a man who sells females controls a pro with drugs and calls it revolutionary, is sick. Poisoning your spouse and castrating them while also giving them an irreversible medical condition is a serious crime. Why isn't she in jail and also everyone promoting the crime? Women who do this should be imprisoned for many years for poisoning. But you know that will never happen because the laws are made and enforced by the same cabal that wants to force you to take all kinds of unwanted substances into your body. Feminizing her husband does not prevent her from cheating. She still wants Chad and Tyrone. Men are not the problem, women are.
This is the thing I hear from all women nowadays. Where are all the masculine men? I'll tell you, the second you meet them, you run and hide.
Because they don't want to sacrifice a part within themselves, so that would require them to show up.
Men are not willing to give up their commitment for somebody that is still committed to other things. And women need to really understand that, is that it's not easy to be with a real man. Most women say they want a high-value alpha male. They don't. They've been trained to want men that lie to their face. And that needs to be challenged.
Most men are working, and when we are not working, we are training. And those are generally female-free environments. Once you set down any boundaries or explain that they have to behave a certain way, most of them run right back to the streets because they can't handle being held accountable like an adult.
Can someone please tell me where the masculine men are out there?
I suppose that depends on what one's definition of masculine is. However, they happen to be everywhere, but a lot of them are hiding.
Seems like there's more men nowadays that want to be the woman in the relationship.
Let's hear this one out.
What happened to the chivalrous man? They're far and few between.
Modern feminism happened, convincing men that they suffered from toxic masculinity and that women can do everything on their own, so they don't need men to act in a chivalrous manner.
If you are them, where do we find you?
They've been out there the whole time, but frankly, a lot of them are avoiding contact with a lot of women because they never know which ones are going to yell at them for holding open a door.
It's not at the local Home Depot. I've seen that trend. Like, oh, go find your man at Home Depot. No, the guy that's there on a Saturday morning is there because his wife sent him there to get the shit to work on a project.
Okay.
Maybe I can find you at Costco in the meat market.
Meat market, huh? Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
But literally, what happened to the masculine men? Where do I find you? Where do women in general find you? And when did men become such little dusty boys? All right, rant over.
Honestly, women have no one but themselves to blame for this in modern feminism because they constantly demanded that men change their ways and stop being so toxically masculine, and this is the result. So, again, be careful what one asks for, because you just might get it.
Most women these days walk past a high-value man thinking to themselves, he's too clean for me, or he acts like he's too good for me. No, dear. That man just has boundaries and is fully aware of himself and his actions, which means he'll also be aware of yours. And you won't be able to get away with the stuff you usually do with those other guys you're used to. If we go back in time, men used to experience less agony and suffering when they died in war, at least in the past. However, nowadays, a man who gets divorced and loses his house, children, wife, and sense of purpose is in a far worse situation than a man who dies on the battleground. Women simply want us to accept the bait and fight them in a staged game. Love is our battleground. Projecting vulnerability gives women power because it encourages men to step up, get engaged, and take care of them. However, as women showcase more and more authority, males will go their own way and seek out other motivations for living in addition to defending women. Why should we still be here if women don't require our protection?
Hey ladies, if you didn't know this already, here's exactly the type of woman he won't marry. Number one, a woman that puts her man on lockdown. A woman that's texting and contacting her man anytime he's out. If he's playing golf, if he's on video games, whatever he's doing, you're constantly asking him what he's doing and when he's going to get done doing it. You're up his ass, and men hate that. Number two, you're bitter and you're not happy and you complain about everything. A man likes you to wear a smile on your face. Number three, a woman that's too materialistic. You have to understand that even if you're with a man who has a provider mindset, if you constantly care about everything being designer and you're always looking at your friends and seeing what you don't have and what they have, that will make him sick to his stomach and he won't want to marry you. And finally, number four, the party girl. Remember, a guy wants you to have a good time, but if he's thinking about marrying you, he's actually thinking about what type of wife you'll be, what type of mother you'll be. I don't think he's looking for a girl who's vomiting outside a bar club at night. So keep it classy, ladies, and you're going to nail that provider mindset man, I promise. And comment down below if any of these thoughts and opinions resonate with you. I appreciate all your likes and follows to my community.
Heck, we don't even deal with emotional situations the same way. There is a reason why stoicism is a virtue among men and not generally expected from women. When men do wrong, people immediately know and punish them for it. When women do anything wrong, it's usually something done behind the person's back, and you may never find out about it, and the woman is excused for it. There is a huge difference between something that is overtly evil and something that is covertly evil. Covertly evil acts are 10 times as bad as overtly evil acts because not only are they evil, but they are cowardly as well. There is nothing worse than an evil coward.
Men that actually care about emotional connection.
Well, the first place that some women should look that are actually asking that question would be the friend zone. You know, that place that a lot of women put men that actually show them kindness, consideration, and understanding. Try looking there first.
Like, where are the men that actually want to build something with their person?
And the second place that some of these men will be found will be sitting quietly in their homes, enjoying the peace and tranquility that comes with being single.
Like, where? Where are they?
One's not going to find them up there.
Because I don't understand. It's just like that's long gone. Emotional, spiritual, and mental connection is completely fucking gone, apparently.
No, it's not. But a lot of women forget that part of actually finding that connection would involve listening to their partner, not just their partner having to listen to them.
And all they really care about is physical attraction and gaining physical attention. So
that might be in large part due to a lot of women only being focused on a man's finances.
I don't know what kind of world we're living in, but honestly, if someone is not willing to connect on a mental, spiritual level, like, it's just not happening. I'm sorry.
We are living in the kind of world that modern feminism has created.
Where are...
feminists come towards you? Do they target you?
Well, yeah, feminists, the reason I upset feminists so much is because the typical feminist tactic is to cancel somebody, right? To come at somebody and call them misogynist and call them all these things, and then that person loses their career or their slander. You can't slander me because I have fuck you money and you can't take it away. So I'll say what I want because I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist.
The reality is that the masculine energy is out of balance compared to modern women's feminine side for too many women in the West. If she is in a position of power and control in her work world, she will carry it over to her personal life. This is not the type of woman who offers long-term potential for a man. A man wants peace, quiet, and support from his woman. Being with this type of woman would lead me to an early grave. Women want men to remain by their side, take care of them, and listen to their issues, but they also want men to believe that they are not dependent on them. With the promise of freedom from males, feminism has devastated the majority of Western women. Women need males more than they realize because they are unhappy at work and are turning into crazy, lonesome cat ladies, but they won't confess it as long as it is taboo to do so. In the future decades, as our culture gets more conservative, they will eventually come to recognize it. Then, rather than saying they need males because it's true, women will claim they do because it's fashionable to do so. When ladies scream out for males to assist them, a lot of men will genuinely respond and come to their aid, restoring the supposedly traditional connection. Once they appeal to men to assist them, neo-traditionalism will make a comeback. If women are not becoming more feminine while men are byproducts in the environment, there is no ifs and buts about there being a war on men. Being masculine is not fake tough or even overly muscular. It's understanding one's male energy and the forward, penetrating energy a man has and the selectively receptive energy a woman has. Masculinity allows you to reach greater depths that are beyond the superficial understanding of the current world. A man who exudes masculinity provides others with a sense of comfort and safety. It's about respecting what we are as men and women and leading with morality and not lust. Morality always exposes the darkness, hate, anger, and insecurity of a man who does not know he is a man and a woman who does not know she is a woman. Then, it's likely that many men will respond to their appeals and come to assist them. In exchange, they'll receive conventional relationships, and a new variety of neo-traditionalism will manifest itself. Women will suddenly claim to care about males in this scenario, thereby forcing men back to the negotiating table. Because the men's rights movement aims to reunite men and women in a conventional relationship, there are numerous traditions within it. That is likely another reason why the men's rights movement despises MGTOW 2.0. It not only educates men about the nature of women, but also informs them that they have no chance of victory. Because they are mostly married and serving as white knights for the women in their lives, males in the men's rights movement sometimes struggle to adequately protect men. Their attention is first dispersed and not concentrated in one spot. But with MGTOW, we speak the truth and are not frightened of what others may say, even if they are liberal lunatics. Because we won't fit neatly into the gynocentrism box that males are meant to fit in, feminists despise us. Why, you may either choose to be a conservative man or a man who acts like a feminist. Feminists only want to give males those two options since women benefit regardless of what they choose. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.